Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
Well, welcome to another video on cooking with your preps. And today I thought I'd use some of my staples to make something a little bit different. You'll have seen me use in previous videos instant mashed potato. We'll be using 1 sachet of that, which when it's reconstituted with water will give us around 380 grams. I've got a couple of tins of sardines. There's 120 grams in each of those tins, so we've got a total of 240 grams. I've got just a regular medium-sized egg, a little bit of flour that we'll be using as a bit of a binding agent, and some breadcrumbs. You've got a selection of herbs that you could put in if you want, don't have to. I've got some parsley there, or alternatively you could use some mixed herbs. But that's what we're going to be using, and what we're actually going to be making is some fish cakes. So here we are back in the kitchen and another cooking with our preps video, and today it's fish cakes. So got the ingredients out. I've just boiled up a kettle of water because we'll need that to mix the mashed potato. You'll have seen me use this in different videos. I'm going to use 1 sachet of that. Each of these sachets contains 80 grams of potato flakes dried, but when you reconstitute it with the water it makes 380 grams. So we're simply taking 300 ml of boiled water and we'll pop that into a bowl with our sachet of the potato. The joys of live video. I've moved my scissors. They're normally here. And I can't be bothered to go and retrieve them. So this is taking a bit longer than it usually would. But we're simply pouring the sachet of the potato flakes into the bowl, and we will be adding 300 ml of boiled water to those in a wee while. A bit more of prep with the ingredients. Breadcrumbs, we'll just toss those for now onto a plate. We're using those towards the end of the recipe. We'll just pop some on there for now to get us ahead of the game. Equally, we'll be using our condiments and some dried herbs. But first things first, let's crack an egg and get it into this dish. All we're doing with that is going to be kind of a binding agent for the breadcrumbs. So just whisk that up. As with all of these recipes, no great science involved. You are using things straight out of your prepper pantry or your long-term stores. The knack is, I guess, trying to find something a little bit different to do with them to stop food fatigue setting in as you go longer and longer and longer into the use of your long-term preps. So that's our egg whisked up. We'll deal with the sardines in a moment. All we're going to do with those is break them up into this jar. Now these are in tomato sauce because I like them in tomato sauce. You can eat these straight out the can, and to be honest, sometimes I do. Although I do prefer them on some nice hot buttered toast as a lunchtime meal, or if I'm feeling particularly hungry one day, a supplementary meal. So all we're doing literally is getting these out of the tin into a little bowl so that we can break them up. I'm deliberately not tipping all of the tomato sauce in because that would make it a little bit too soft or soggy. So I'm just picking out the fish, which is a shame because the sauce in these is actually quite nice. So that's our sardines in the bowl, and literally all we're doing is breaking those up into little flaky chunks. Now, depending on personal taste and preference, if you've had sardines, you'll know that sardines come as the complete fish, i.e. they have bones in them. Let me see if I can, there we go, there's an example there. Don't know if you'll catch that on the video or not. Now you can eat these as they are. They are very, very crumbly bones. They're not like other fish bones where they're hard and sharp and spiky and get stuck in your gums or your teeth. These do kind of crumble down when you chew them. However, it is personal preference. If you want to spend a bit of time and fish out the bones, then please do feel free. But for me, it's not an issue. So, we're ready now. Kettle boiled not too long ago, just before I started the video. So all we're going to do is pop in 300ml. You'll have seen me do this in previous videos as well, because this isn't the first time that I've used this mashed potato. Now, for this particular recipe, we don't want it to be too soggy, liquefied. We want it to be quite a firm consistency. So I will do this very, very slowly, just add a bit at a time and blend it in until I'm fairly sure that I've got the consistency I want. I'm guessing I will use pretty much all of this, but I'd rather be on the safe side. It does smell nice, this mashed potato. It's quite deceiving for a packet mix, and considering I'm adding water, not milk, it really does produce a nice mashed potato. You can, of course, if you want, make your own mashed potato. You could use the tins of potato in your long-term preps, or if you've got access to your own garden, or you just want to buy some in the shop, entirely up to you, then you can do. But this is a video about cooking for your preps, and assuming that you can't pop to the shop, so that's why I'm using this packet mash potato. Now again, as with a lot of my cooking, this is a bit of an experiment. It's used all of that 300ml. So who knows how this is going to come out. You'll just have to wait and see. So that's our mashed potato done. As you can see, that's that one serving out of that single sachet. I don't think I'm going to need more than that. So now, next bit to do is to mix in our sardines. I'll just kind of make a little, spread that out around the dish. What juice is left in there will help the mashed potato and stop it from drying out too much. If it is a little bit too moist, shall we say, then we can use this flour if we need to help to bind it together. But we'll see. I'll just get this mixed in. And to be honest, the ratio of fish to mashed potato in this, as I've done it now, is actually quite good. You're not seeing that much of the potato. It does appear as if it's just fish. So I'll just stir that around a little bit more, make sure I have got it all evenly spread between the fish and the potato. I do like sardines, and the temptation to grab some of this. Oh dear. Okay, I think that's just about done. Now, hands have been washed before I started this, because we are going to have to get a little bit down and dirty with this. I'll just grab another plate to work off, because we're going to have to make some, obviously, the fish cakes themselves and shape those out. So all we're doing literally is getting our hands in and forming some small pâtés. This is where you will find out whether or not you need the flour. Now actually, to be fair, this doesn't feel too bad. I don't think I'm going to need to. Let's try one and see how we get on with it. So all we're doing is forming a little ball with our hand. Press that out. You want it to be about 3/4 of an inch. Well, that's an inch there, so that's pretty much spot on there actually. And then all we'll do is we'll just drop that in the egg. Drop it into the breadcrumbs. Make sure it's got a nice covering of the breadcrumbs. And that's it done. And we're ready for the next one. So give me a couple of minutes while I sort these out, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so we're back, and we got 5 individual fish cakes out of that mix. One thing I did forget to tell you was to pop in your herbs and condiments as you're mixing the potato and the fish. I'll drop a little comment in the on the video just to stop you from doing what I did. I almost forgot, did the first one and then had to play catch up. So we've got some olive oil on a medium heat in the pan, just waiting for that to heat up, and we'll start frying off our fish cakes. Just test that. Yep, that's ready. So let's get a couple popped in. So we're just going to fry these off. They'll probably take, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes on each side. Not very long at all. Just do keep moving them around to stop them sticking. But rather than you watching this for the next 7 or 8 minutes, I'll stop the video and I'll come back once these are ready to come out the pan. Well, these are actually cooking quite quickly. They're only taking a couple of minutes on each side to get that nice brown colour. Do bear in mind that the ingredients are already pre-cooked. The only thing that's actually not cooked is the egg wash that we put on. So we're just heating everything through really, rather than cooking. And those are actually almost done. So let's just pop these out. So that's the first 2 done. I'll fry off the remaining ones and then you can see it all plated up at the end. There's the last one. I'll just pop that onto a separate plate so that you can actually take a little look inside. I'll just cut this literally in half. and then you can see how it looks. I'll bring the camera down and you can have a little close-up. So there we go. That's our fish cakes cooked with our preps, and that's how it looks inside. You can have these with whatever you want, bit of salad, some chips perhaps. I'm sure they're going to be tasting very lovely, and that's what I'm just going to find out right now, because I'm going to start tucking into them, so bon appetit.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. What do you think about the fish cakes? Decent use of your long-term preps? And do you have any similar kind of recipes for using your long-term food stores? Let me know in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.